Today we are going to study chapter number 10 of Social Science. The name of the chapter is Spheres of the Earth. Let's start the introduction of Earth. Our Earth is unique in the solar family. The Earth is the only planet that has got suitable temperature, water and air to sustain the life. At the time of its origin, it was just a fireball. As this fireball cooled down slowly, it transformed into many matters like solid, liquid and gaseous. Huge ditches on this sphere were filled with water and turned into oceans. Thus, the exact form of Earth was created. So children, many years ago when Earth was formed, it was very hot. So rain and thunderstorms cooled the outer portion of the Earth. And then slowly and gradually different life forms started originally on the Earth. Our Earth is a very unique in the whole solar system, in the whole solar family, because only on the Earth, or we can say only the Earth is the planet that has got suitable, favorable conditions to sustain the life, and that are temperature, water and air. Our Earth has 3 layers. The outer cool layer on which we live is called crust. Earth crust is covered with landforms, air and water. After the crust, the next layer is mantle. Mantle is the layer below the crust. Mantle consists of rock in molten form. The core is located just below the mantle. Core is divided into 2 parts again, outer core and inner core. The outer core is in liquid state, whereas the inner core is in solid state. So this is the little introduction of our Earth. And you know, when this fireball cooled down and it transformed into many matters like solid, liquid and gaseous. So the matters which transformed into solid are known as lithosphere. The matters which transformed into liquid are known as hydrosphere. And the matters which transformed into gases came to be known as atmosphere. Then after cooling down, what happens? Huge ditches on this sphere were filled with water. Now what do you mean by ditches? Ditches are a narrow channel dug at the side of a road or field to hold or carry away water. In Hindi we can say खाई. Ditches means खाई. वो खाइयाँ जो थी ना, वो धीरे धीरे पानी से भर गई और वो वहाँ क्या बन गई? वो टर्न हो गई ओशियंस में. They turned into oceans, and because of these oceans created, the exact form of the Earth was also created. Okay. Now next is spheres of the Earth. There are 4 main spheres of the Earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. So let's start with the lithosphere first. Upper layer is generally made up of soil and solid particles, which is known as lithosphere. Litho means soil. The upper layer of the soil is known as lithosphere. As this layer is made up of rocks and solid matters, it is also known as the rock sphere or the solid sphere. As I told you that litho means soil, and our uppermost layer of the earth, that is earth crust, is made up of soil. So it is known as lithosphere. Our earth crust is made up of rocks and many solid matters. So that's why it is also called as rock sphere or the solid sphere. Next is area and formation. Upper layer of the earth's crust is approximately 64 km to 100 km thick. Light matters like aluminium and silica are mainly found in the soil. So as I already told you that our earth has 3 layers. The uppermost layer, that is the earth crust, it is 64 to 100 km thick, and the light matters like aluminium and silica are also found in the soil only. Lithosphere occupies 29% of the earth's surface. As we go into the depth of lithosphere per kilometer, 30 degrees Celsius temperature increases. Lithosphere occupies 29% of the earth's surface. Means 29% of the earth's surface has soil. It is made up of soil. And if we go into the depth inside the earth crust, the temperature increases by the 30 degrees Celsius per kilometer. And due to this excessive heat, it turns into semi-liquid form. And this molten liquid is known as magma. Means internal rocks are melted due to the excessive heat and then they turn into semi-liquid form. And this molten liquid is known as magma. As I already told you that our second layer of the earth, that is mantle, it consists of rocks in molten form. Next is importance of lithosphere. Our home, water, farming, industry are all closely connected with lithosphere. Minerals and crude oil is obtained from lithosphere. Now, as we are living on the earth crust, if there is no soil on the earth, where do we live? So, where we do farming, from where we get water, how do we make things, useful things for us. So all these things are closely connected with lithosphere because litho means soil and we all are living on the uppermost earth crust, that is known as lithosphere. Even the minerals and crude oil is also obtained from lithosphere only. Various crops are obtained through farming. If there is no soil, we are not able to do any farming. And if we are not able to do any farming, that means there is no food. And without food, we can't live. That means life can't sustain without food also. So indirectly, we are closely connected with lithosphere. Various industries and other economic activities are performed in the plain regions. So, on this lithosphere, some regions are plain, means some are fields on which we are doing farming. And a part of farming, we made industries also, and we are doing other economic activities also. And all these things are performed in the plain regions. Again in lithosphere. Forest and the mountainous region is indebted to the lithosphere. Now what do you mean by indebted? Indebted means owing gratitude for a service or favor. Indebted का मतलब होता है जिसे हम आभारी होते हैं किसी के या ऋणी होते हैं किसी के. So you think if there are no layer on earth which has soil, then what happens? Then life does not sustain on earth also. So forest on the mountainous region is indebted to the lithosphere, because you all know that forests are very useful to us. Without trees we can't get rain, water. Without trees we can't get food, etc. all things. So forests are the very useful, and without forest we can't survive also. So we all are, not only this forest on the mountainous region that is indebted to the lithosphere, means इसका क्या मीनिंग हुआ कि लिथोस्फीयर के हम ऋणी हैं या आभारी हैं, क्योंकि उसी की सॉइल है तो फॉरेस्ट है, अदरवाइज फॉरेस्ट भी नहीं होगा. द पिलर फ्रॉम फूड टू ड्वेलिंग एंड बेस ऑफ आवर एग्जिस्टेंस मीन्स लिथोस्फीयर. नाउ इफ वी सी that the pillar from food to dwelling means without food, without house, without air, without water, life cannot exist. So from food to dwelling and base of our existence means existence of life, all means lithosphere, because without lithosphere we can't survive. Next is hydrosphere. Area of the earth's surface occupied by water is known as hydrosphere. Now hydrosphere are the water bodies. 71% of the total earth's surface is covered with water. The proportion of water area is more than the land area. Now if we calculate that we have the lithosphere, that means soil part of our earth is only 29%. So almost the double, more than double area, or we can say the earth's surface is covered with water, and these water bodies are known as hydrosphere. Part of the earth having huge water mass are known as oceans. Now what are oceans? So oceans are the part of the earth having huge water mass. Yeah, or in other words we can say huge water bodies are known as oceans. Oceans are well known as the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. These are the main oceans of the world. Then valleys with depth of 10 to 11 kilometers are located at their bottom. Oceans contain 97% of the total amount of water, which is saline water. About 2/3 part of remaining water is in the form of ice sheets on the poles and on mountains like Himalayas. The water under the earth crust flows in the form of lake and rivers is very less. Now see, at the bottom of the oceans there are valleys with depth of 10 to 11 kilometers. And all of these, apart from all these things, you know that I told you that 71% of total earth surface is covered with water. But you know 97% of total amount of water is saline water, means which is not useful for drinking. Only we have 2/3 part of remaining water, means from 100% if we see only 3% of water we have, and that is also in the ice sheets on the pole regions or in the mountain like Himalayas, which is fresh water, which is useful for us for our life. Only 2/3 part of remaining water is useful on the earth. The water under earth crust flows in the form of lake and rivers is very less. Now the water which is under the earth crust, it flows in the form of lakes and rivers, but it is also very less. 97% of water is saline water, which is not useful for us. Because of this only, we have started to save water, है ना? Have you heard about the advertisement for save water? Sure, yeah. I know you all have heard. Even we all are telling you every time that save water, save water, save water. This is the main reason. Because 97% of water which is on earth's surface, it is saline water. It is not useful for us. Only 2/3 part of remaining water is useful for us. See, this is the hydrosphere. That means huge water bodies are known as hydrosphere. The earth's surface which is covered by water. The next is importance of hydrosphere. Living creatures and plants cannot survive without water. The existence of hydrosphere is the existence of the living being. Now, without water, life can't be sustained. Have you ever think or thought about life without water? क्या आप बिना पानी के रह सकते हो? और अगर रह सकते हो तो कितना टाइम? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 8 hours. But if I'm telling you that you have to live without water, so is it possible? No, it is not possible. Life is not possible without water. So hydrosphere has its own importance in the existence of living being or in the existence of life on the earth. Fish, minerals, salt, chemicals, etc. are available from the seas. Now you see, many minerals are found from seas also. We get salt from seas, we get chemicals from seas, even we get fish from seas. Most people uses fish as a food also. So all these are the things which we are getting from seas. There is huge power in the sea and ocean waves to generate electricity. Now this water of seas and oceans, it is used to generate electricity. Long time ago, we all know that there was no electricity, but nowadays we have electricity, and you all know that electricity generates from the water only. For that only we built dams, na? है ना? So oceans are also useful as waterways. You know about the waterways also, that nowadays ships, boats and steamers, many water vehicles are used as to sail on water, and we are using oceans also as a waterways to go from one place to another. Now next is atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of various gases up to the height of 850 to 1000 km. This layer of gases is called atmosphere. The atmosphere is composed of various gases, water vapors, dust particles, particles of asteroids, salt particles and microorganisms. It contains about 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen and 1% other gases. As we go higher from the surface of the earth, the amount of the most of the gases decreases. Now children, you know that our earth is surrounded by a layer of various gases, and it is up to the height of 850 to 1000 kilometers. And this layer, which is made up of different gases, is known as atmosphere. And you know which gases? Atmosphere is made up of which gases? It contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, argon, etc. and many other gases also, from which the highest gas which is in the atmosphere is nitrogen, which is 78%, and oxygen, due to which we have life, because we know without oxygen we can't live. Only 21% of oxygen gas lies in the atmosphere, and 1% is other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, etc. And as we go higher from the surface of the earth, if the most of the gases decreases. If you heard about the mountaineering, then you know they carry oxygen cylinders with them. Mountaineers always carry oxygen cylinders with them, oxygen bottles with them. Why is it so, you know? Because as we go up or as we climb the mountains and as we go higher from the surface of the earth, the amount of gas decreases. Means oxygen decreases when we climb up higher from the surface of the earth. So that's why we need the oxygen cylinders when we go up from the surface of the earth. Okay. When we go down from the surface of the earth, the temperature increases, and if we go from the surface of the earth higher, then the gases decreases. Okay, understood? Carbon dioxide gas is heavy, so it is found more in the lower layer of the air. Now carbon dioxide gas is heavy, so it is always found in the lower layer of the air. Then ozone gas absorbs the ultraviolet rays of the sun and protects the planet from the excessive heat. Ozone gas is more in the open ground at early morning and in the air near seashore. Now, you heard about this ozone gas. I know you all have heard about this ozone gas. Ozone gas absorbs the ultraviolet rays. Means it protects us from the UV rays. In short form, we can say UV rays. That means ultraviolet rays of the sun. If the sun rays comes directly to us, then also we are not able to survive, because these rays are very harmful for life. So this ozone gas absorbs these rays of the sun, and it protects the planet from the excessive heat, because if the ultraviolet rays if the ultraviolet rays falls directly on our planet, our planet becomes so hot that we can't live in that heat. So ozone gas is our protection. We can say the protector, our life protector. And ozone gas is more in the open ground and at early morning in the air near seashore. So you always saw, you always heard about that morning walk on the seashore is very beneficial for our health. It is because that ozone gas is more in the open ground at early morning. So morning walk, when we do morning walk in the seashore, we get fresh air. We get fresh oxygen. So that is very much healthy for our health. Okay. As ozone is healthier gas, people go for morning walks in such places. As I already told you that it is a very healthier gas for us. It protects us from UV rays of the sun. So that means it is our protector. Okay. Now you can see the picture of this atmosphere. So you can see the ozone layer also. Now, importance of atmosphere. The dust particles in the atmosphere spread the sunlight on the earth in all directions. We can hear the sound only through the medium of atmosphere. The radio and television transmission are possible only due to the atmosphere. Atmosphere proves as natural shield of the earth. Now you know, sun rays falls to the earth. We all know that sun rays falls to the earth. But how it spreads in the all directions instead of falls in one direction? It is due to the dust particles. Dust particles are always in the atmosphere, and these dust particles spread the sunlight on the earth in all directions so that we all get equal sunlight. We can hear the sound only through the medium of atmosphere, and this atmosphere is our natural shield. We can say the natural shield of the earth. And we see the television these days, we hear radio also, we uses mobiles also these days, we have many other things, or we can say useful things, and all these are possible only due to atmosphere, because only the atmosphere is our natural shield of the earth, and only due to this atmosphere this radio and television transmission are possible. Without atmosphere, it will not be possible to transmit our voice, audio or video from one place to another. Okay. Now next is biosphere. Now the part of the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere where the living being is seen alive is called as biosphere. The living sphere includes human, vegetation and animal life. Living being on the earth's surface gets food from biosphere. Organisms of biosphere provide variety of food and raw material to the human world. Thus, existence and subsistence, maintenance of human life is based on biosphere. Now, what is biosphere? Biosphere is the part of the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Means, without these three spheres, biosphere is not possible. Biosphere is the sphere which you can see living beings. It includes human, it includes vegetation and also it includes animal life. We living beings get food from biosphere. Organisms of biosphere provide variety of food and raw material to the human world. Now, we all organisms, either it is human being or animal, we all are living on lithosphere, but we all are including in biosphere only. We get food from biosphere. Biosphere provides us variety of food, raw materials to the human world, or we can say organisms of biosphere has is only the existence and subsistence of human life. Our life is based on biosphere only. It is the maintenance of all the spheres. You can see the picture and understand that lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere, all three are connected to the biosphere. Means biosphere is connected to all these three spheres. Without these three spheres, biosphere is also not having any life. So to sustain life on earth, all these four spheres has equal importance. Now, impact of human activities. When human activities disturb the balance of the system, then many problems arise. You all know about the pollution, and pollution is the human activity, and this pollution disturbs the balance of the system. Maybe it is noise pollution, air pollution, water pollution, or any pollution. We humans create these things. That means our activities are so much highly unhealthy that it disturbs the balance of the system. Natural food chain is at risk because development is being done by polluting the environment. Means because the environment is getting polluted, our natural food chain is also at risk. This condition is harmful not only for human being but also for animals and environment. Now, if this condition is going on as it is, so it is becoming very harmful not only for us human beings but also for animals and environment also. So maybe in future again the earth is converted in something else, and maybe there is no life on earth in future, because if these conditions are increases, we are not balancing, we are not going to balance the system, we are not going to stop our activities which is harmful for the harmful for this system. So maybe in future the conditions becomes very worst, and these conditions are harmful not only for us human beings but it is also harmful for animals and environment. Okay, understood the chapter? So now here I am going to conclude the chapter. If you have any queries or any doubts, please note down in your notebooks and be ready with your books, pens and pencils in our interactive query session. Till then, bye-bye, take care.